تهیه و تنظیم در استودیو بیزرایز.
Taught that we need a good college education and a corporate job as though that's somehow going to fulfill us. But we both know that that's definitely not true, is it? In fact, that's not true at all. And from October 30th to November 6th, I'm going to expose how and why you have been indoctrinated to believe this. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how to escape their indoctrination and earn back your freedom. So, if you want to be a part of that free online event, then sign up with the link below. Anyways, we all need something to guide us. For some, it'll be starting a business. For others, it might be something entirely different. I can tell you that for me personally, my North Star was to be able to take care of my mom and my loved ones. And that is why I went into business, because I had that North Star to guide me. And honestly, without that North Star, I can confidently say that I would have given up, because the money isn't enough to keep you going. You need that North Star. You need that why, that purpose. But even then, once you have your purpose, you may still slip up. Why? Because there are triggers out there that cause you to do so, and this leads into our fourth step in desexualizing your brain. Step number 4, stop watching soft porn. You see, soft porn can be just as bad as porn because it's everywhere. Everywhere you look, there are half-naked girls. I mean, you scroll endlessly through TikTok and Instagram, and the algorithm is reinforced by your desire to look at these girls. And that is why I need you to unfollow all of the Instagram models, unfollow all the TikTok girls that do their little dances, because they are eating away at your focus. They are destroying your future. And it may seem minuscule to you, but it's not. You see, most of the time, you don't just randomly decide to watch porn. There is a trigger, and that's why the best way to quit porn is by eliminating the triggers that make you watch it. And that means you need to also stop watching soft porn. And every time the algorithm shows you half-naked girls, simply click not interested. Train the algorithm to not show you those things. And listen, of course, the best case scenario is you just quit TikTok and Instagram altogether. Because really, at the end of the day, you have no business looking at memes or whatever else if you are not where you want to be in life, and if these social media platforms don't directly help your business. But in any case, the next step you need to take in order to desexualize your brain is to focus inward and not outward. You see, the biggest problem with the sexualization of your brain stems from the changes that are happening in your dopamine system. The sexualization of your brain impairs your ability to do hard work because your brain becomes so used to cheap dopamine. And that's why the next step requires you to learn delayed gratification. Instead of constantly looking outwards for stimulus and dopamine, you need to learn to look inward. Now, you might be asking, what does that actually mean? It means that 99% of people get their so-called happiness by doing fun things, whether those things be as sinister as porn or as innocent as chocolate. But if you truly want to be successful, that cannot be you. Now, I'm not saying that you need to cut every single source of dopamine from your life, but you definitely need to think about what's helping you and what's hurting you. And over the years, I routinely do a dopamine detox. This is where for a certain amount of time, usually between 24 to 72 hours, you do nothing. No food, no phone, not even books or music, and certainly no porn. Just complete stillness. You need to become used to finding peace without these external stimuli, because the goal is for you to be so fulfilled by your work that you eventually get those same dopamine releases by doing hard things. You see, dopamine is nothing but a reward system. It's the way that your brain has evolved to reinforce behaviors that will increase your chances of survival. And that is why sex spikes your dopamine so much, because without procreation, we wouldn't exist. But in today's world, social media and food has hijacked those same systems. And that is why it is your job to regain your control over them. So stop seeking cheap dopamine externally and instead look inward. And that is how you desexualize your brain and realign your actions with your goals. Now, the final thing is you need to stop chasing women and build yourself first. Listen, you will never be able to truly focus inward if you are constantly chasing women. If you're texting this girl, meeting up with that girl, also while thinking about some other girls, you will never be focused. That is not how you desexualize your brain, which is exactly why I always say that you need to stop chasing women and build yourself up first. The best part is when you do eventually build yourself into a man of substance, the women just inevitably come to you. But until you get to that level, chasing women is just a massive waste of time. Unless it's your day one girl, unless you know, hey, this girl, this will be my future wife. But if that isn't you, it's a waste of time for two reasons. Number one, the quality of women you can get at the beginning of your journey is nothing compared to what you'll be able to get later down the line. You see, women date up in the social hierarchy, which means the best quality women will inevitably end up with the best quality men. So that's why you need to spend time molding yourself to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And I'm not only talking about just money here, by the way. Now, the second reason it's a waste is because if you somehow manage to get a high quality girl, the amount of effort and time that it will take you is massive. So you really need to analyze the opportunity cost here, because going on a date with a girl, spending $100 or a few $100 to try to impress her has far greater complications. Look, I'm not saying you should be an antisocial weirdo, but you need to set your priorities straight. Listen, in the same way that they tell you to put on your own oxygen mask first in the plane, you need to be able to hold your own before you let someone else into your life. Because listen, at the end of the day, dating is a massive distraction. And when you're first getting started in your business or your career, you'll need all the time and focus that you can muster, because no step of the journey is harder than the first one. And that is why you need undivided attention. I mean, listen, after all, you just need 1 to 3 years of pure focus, and then you can live a normal life again. But you need to be willing to make that sacrifice. Because let me tell you something, if you are constantly thinking about this girl and that girl and which girl to see tonight, there's no way that you will be able to desexualize your brain and channel your focus into what really matters. And once you channel your focus into what really matters, everything else will fall into place. So just focus on yourself first. So gentlemen, pick yourself up, focus on the right things. And as always, I'll be watching from afar and I'm rooting for you.
تهیه و تنظیم در استودیو بیشتری.